Hey, and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. Today I'm going to be going over the 4 starting ships that you can get as a new player during, well, all year round, and also during the IAE event coming up here, which is the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, where a bunch of vehicles will be on sale. They will not be typically any cheaper, but they'll at least be available for purchase. But let's go over the 4 starter packages that are $60 or less and see which one might best fit you. First, starting with the Aurora MR. She is actually currently parked right behind me, and we're going to go over to her in just a moment and take a look at every aspect of that ship and see what do you think. Here we go. This is one of the very base starters you can get. It's the Aurora MR. It's $45 on the store. And typically they do have like a $5 off package come the IAE event. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case this year. But let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. This ship does have 3 SCU ability to carry, so 3 cargo. You can put little packages here on the interior as well. So I mean, you could fit one or a couple boxes in here, right? A couple small ones. It does have a bed, so you can go ahead and lay down and log out while you are on a planet or whatnot. So if you decide, you know, I need a ship with a bed, this is perfect. You can log out, yada yada, you're good to go. Let's go ahead and get back out of that bed really quick. There is no other living in this ship. I mean, you can bring your own snacks and stuff, but there is no fridges, nothing like that. Let's go take a look on the outside. As we can see here, this thing has 4 wings on it, but the wings do not currently deploy. I know originally that they were supposed to deploy, but yeah, they just don't. I believe when you are in cargo carrying, they do carry here on the underbelly, so that's where the 3 SCU would sit. The ship has 2 size 1 guns and 2 size 1 missiles. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and get in the pilot seat, see what it looks like. Go ahead and turn around and close the door here. Pretty neat. Very fast. Wouldn't want to get a... Wouldn't want to be walking through that door if that thing shut on you, right? Ouch. Let's get into the pilot seat real quick. I already have my systems online, so let's go ahead and just take a look here. You got 2 MFDs to the left. You got 2 MFDs to the right. There is minor functionality on these, so you got certain things. You got like engine off. Over here you have your power, you know, flight ready, stuff like that. If we go ahead and look down, there is no ejection button, so do not plan on ejecting if you do have any emergencies. You're pretty much going to go down with your ship. At the top, you got your warning systems telling you power low, power heat, weapon heat, thruster heat, shields, all those kind of things. If you're getting target locked, whatnot, it's all going to show up here. Let's go ahead and turn on the engines. I'm going to go ahead and take off, retract the gear, and move forward. I'm going to put this thing at high top speed. Like I got a radar contact too. Oof. But let's go ahead and put this thing at top speed and see what it does. Let's see what the total speed is on a planet like Microtech while we're moving here, and compare it to the other 3 ships. Currently, with cruise control maxed out, I'm moving about 174. Let's see how maneuverable it is. Let's see. I'm going to turn it. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, so maneuverability, not in the strong suit of this vehicle. I don't think I would really even want to try. Okay, so do not get into a fight planet side with this thing. Let me keep it under the red and see what happens here. A little bit more maneuverable. Obviously, you're going to have to use that thruster, the boost ability to get it to really get moving. Otherwise, yeah, this would be the Aurora MR. She is an alright looking ship. You know, it's not a bad starter. It comes with some cargo. Comes with a bed. So if you're looking to only spend $45, I honestly would pick this one over the next one. And that next one will be the Mustang Alpha. Next up here, though, is the Mustang Alpha. It does carry 4 SCU, which is 4 cargo containers, and I believe it carries it here in the back. Let's go ahead and take a look. And pull these down. So this is where the cargo would be held while you are doing any sort of cargo missions. It would be put in these this big old container here. Holding up to 4. This also has 2 size 2 guns. No rockets on this version of the Mustang, and I believe no bed as well. We're going to go ahead and hop in and take a look. Let me go ahead and close this up really quick. We'll fly it around and see how she feels. Let's go ahead and hop on. So as you can see, we're in the ship now. I'm going to go ahead and get a closer look down here, though. I want to take a look. Yeah, so that's what you see, is what you get. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the engines. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and try to do this physically here. Go ahead and look down. It's going to be right there. Flight ready. Go ahead and hit that button. And good to go. Let's go ahead and open up this door using left Alt-N. And let's look in front of us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 MFD displays. You got one there, one there, one there, and one there. The middle one is just your radar, showing you any contacts. You're going to have your emergency system display here and here. Now this is a little bit different in color, as it is a different manufacturer. Open ladder, open exterior, open pilot canopy, and you do have an eject on this one. So if you do get in an emergency situation, you can go ahead and pull that.
Launch complete.
And hopefully save your life, right? So let me get this camera reset. There we go. Go ahead and take off. Right. This thing just feels so nice. So as you can see, you got 2 size 2 guns in the front here. They are the M4A laser cannons.
Thank you. And please
So they'll hit pretty strong. It's not a bad vehicle. You don't have any rockets, so nothing there. You have 48 decoys, 5 noise for any sort of countermeasure, but honestly, if you're going to get into a fight with a bigger enemy, I'd just get the heck out of there. Let's go ahead and see if I can jump down somewhere here really quick and... Oh, well, you know what? This ship and the Aurora MR, I would personally pick the Aurora MR just because it does have a bed and the ability to put boxes inside of it. That's not to say that some of you haven't shoved a box in this canopy before closing it up. So, yeah, you potentially still could. I just prefer a little bit more of an interior. So, this right here is the Mustang Alpha. Once again, 4 SCU for cargo. 2 size 2 guns, no bed or any sort of interior, and she flies nice. She moves quick. Like, I mean, I'm making movements here. Let me go ahead and move that turbo and let's see that boost. Oh, I'm gonna black out. I mean, it realigns itself pretty well out here in space. So, once again, it's not a bad ship. So, yeah, let's move on to the next ship. Going into the $60 range, it's the C8X Pisces Expedition. And here we are, looking at the 3rd starter ship. This one priced at $60 for the starter pack of the Anvil Pisces. This is the Expedition variant Pisces, so this is variant number 2 out of 3. And it just comes with a great amount of weapons for the class of vehicle it is. Let's go ahead and go over some of the details on this ship, shall we? So, starting with, it's got 4 size 1 guns, 2 size 1 missiles. and it's just overall very sleek. It looks good, and it fits with the mothership, the Anvil Carrick. This is actually the ship that's supposed to land on the top of that ship. So this is it's not a bad ship at all. It's actually it's small. It's small. It's easy to fit in tight spaces. It carries 4 SCU. So like the Mustang Alpha, it carries 4 SCU cargo boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you could also have plenty of room for delivery missions and other things. You got your components left, right on the front here and next to the pilot seat. You also have 2 jump seats for any friends that you decide to bring along. I like to think of this as a small, like, little drop ship. You can't fit any vehicles in here, really. You might be able to put the Nox in here, but that's about it. Otherwise, this is just it. It's pretty straightforward. 2 jump seats, got some cargo. The components are all interior, from what I can tell, if I remember correctly. You got 4 guns, like I said, and you got 2 rockets. It's a great ship. Honestly, I think I would pick this one out of all 4 of them for fighting. You know, for any sort of PvP combat. Not PvP, PvE. PvP, you could definitely do it with some of these ships after some upgrades, but I don't like to consider any 4 of these as real PvP contenders. But don't take my word there. There are some pilots that can really turn any one of these starter ships into like some of the best PvP machines. And more power to them, because that is just awesome. Otherwise, that's it. Let's go ahead and take off. Let's see how this thing flies in atmosphere here on Microtech. And yeah. And also, when it comes to how it flies, I think it's probably the best flying in atmosphere. It gets up and goes. Just like if you watched my video on the rescue variant, the medical variant of this ship, this thing just moves. It moves fast, like crazy fast. Over here on the left, you got 1 MFD, another MFD, another. So there's 6 total MFDs. You do have to move your head a lot, though. You really only have eyesight on 2. I mean, technically 4, but you're not really getting the full picture on the 2 corner ones, unless you have a better field of view, obviously. If you put your FOV slider a lot higher than mine, then you probably would. But otherwise, you know, if you have a Tobii eye tracker or whatnot, you'd easily be able to maneuver these screens. You have all your emergency system, all the notifications right here. So anytime you're locked on or anything, that's where you're going to see it. You got a radar right here. You'll see things pop up here once this is actually a little bit more functional. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and take off. Let's go ahead and get this thing moving, shall we? Like I said, in atmosphere, this thing moves the best out of any one of them. So, obviously I put a little boost in there, but it moves. It gets in and out. You might be able to avoid some sort of conflict by doing so. Obviously, there's fighters that are higher tier than this, and by tier I mean cost, that are probably faster, but that's not really why you'd have this ship in the first place, right? So it's good to just kind of get in and get out. So I would give this ship a, you know, without the bed or the functionality of a kitchen, like the Mustang Alpha, I'd probably say this is a 7 out of 10. Like the Mustang Alpha, also a 7 out of 10. The Aurora MR, due to the fact that it does have a bed and it also has a couple missiles with it, it does drop 1 SCU cargo. I'd say the Aurora MR is honestly an 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10. And the reason being is because you do have a bed. That bed is going to make the world of difference when you don't want to have to go back to a space station. You're going to log off for an hour. You're like, man, I'm already out here. I'm just going to put it on the ground, lay in the bed, log out. And then when you get back on later, you're right where you left off, instead of having to be back at a space station, back at a landing pad, etc., etc. So the choice is really yours in that regard. So when it comes to that, you're going to love the next choice. Let's go ahead and check out the Drake Cutter. she is. The Drake Cutter. I will say this is probably the best looking starter ship out of all 4 of them. It's a Drake ship, so it just looks very, like, I don't know, old, partsy. It doesn't look like it's 100% certified to fly, but it also looks just built by the average blue-collar worker, the person that needs to go to work every day, get everything done, and come back home. This ship, it's a beautiful looking ship. Kind of going over it here, this is the base cutter, not the Cutter Scout. So this is the $60 version for the starter package. It has 2 size 1 guns on the front right there on the nose, and then it has 2 size 1 missiles as well. So with this, you do have the option of carrying 4 SCU. That's 4 cargo. It goes in the back. This ship also has a ramp like the Pisces. And this one, actually, you could fit more ground vehicles than any of the other 3. You can't fit anything like a rock, not without really jamming it in there, I don't even think it really would. But you can carry other ground style vehicles compared to it. So like maybe the golf cart or whatnot. And then if you see right here, all your components, you got some, I don't know, storage nets. But you got all your components to the right here. You got your controls for the door. You have light control as well, so you can turn on and off the lights inside of here. And then if you go through this door, once again, my favorite thing about this ship is you got basically a full complement. You got a bed. Over here, you got a bathroom. In this bathroom, you have the crapper. You have the shower, because, you know, who wants to take a seat? Drop a load and take a shower at the same time. You know what? Nothing cleaner than that, right? You just plop it, drop it, and clean it, I guess. Wash your hands, call it a day, close it up, turn off the light, have a night club raid in here. Do whatever you want. Get some glow sticks. You have your storage right here, so if I was to click on this here, it would open up the storage. You can put some stuff in there. You have right here, it almost looks like a drinking fountain. You put your water bottle in there and start filling it. Honestly, don't know what that is, but it looks cool. And then up here you got some shelving. Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. This is probably my most favorite interior out of all 4 starter ships. If you walk in here, this is the pilot's seat. You got some more components here on the left. On the right, you got you can hold your guns. You got rifle storage. You got big weapon. You got handgun. You got everything you need. This ship is just beautiful. $60 for the starter package gets you this ship, and I honestly think it's worth the extra money. When you close the door, you have these little windows out here. It's just so cool. I like it. I don't know. I'm a window guy. I like windows. It's just so pretty. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This thing looks built to just handle the rugged, but it also looks built like if you just barely trip over something, you're gonna break the whole ship. So, I mean, what's not to love about that? It's perfect. Look at the nose on this thing, right? It looks like it's about to come rolling down a pair of train tracks at me. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Fuel port. This is where you'd fuel it up. That might make it easy, right? What's this? I don't know what that is. Maybe another port for another, maybe the quantum fuel port or something. It's my favorite out of the 4. Out of the 4, this ship wins, obviously. It's a 10 out of 10. You got a lot more space back here for cargo, for packages, for missions. You can hold, 20 people back here getting ready for a drop. You know what I mean? I mean, look where I'm standing right here. I wouldn't do that, though. You'd probably get half of you ejected out of the, ship somehow or way, and you'd end up in space. Love the little windows. Love the bed. Love everything, right? You got some overhead storage here. No use to it yet, but probably someday. They want to make every bit of everything you see functional. So, yeah. Let's get into the pilot seat. Let's take off. I will say, if there was one negativity to the ship, it would be its flight. It's not fast in atmosphere. It's not the Pisces in atmosphere. But honestly, I don't care. It's just such a nice looking ship. So I'm going to turn on those engines. My guns. I know I'm in an arm system, but I swear half the time in these arm systems, they just turn red and they're zeroed out. So I'm taking off here. I'm going to go ahead and put the gear up. If it lets me. There we go. You also have VTOL engines, so if I was to do that and press K, this would help with landing and everything. So as you're flying around, I mean, this... let's go ahead and just check out the speed of this ship. Obviously, it's a Drake ship. So you got the green HUD, you got the green MFDs. Let's take a look around here. Just like my Cutter Scout video, you got a bunch of analog-y looking buttons, so definitely are able to, like over here, I'm going to press deploy. Look at that. Oh yeah. Now no sniper's going to take me out from the side. That's right. Go ahead and retract that. I can also grab my landing gear from here as well, or over here, go, do certain other things. Do I have an eject seat? No, I do not. So you cannot eject from this ship, but honestly, why would you ever want to? Always go down with this baby, right? This thing out of all four would probably keep you alive the best when it comes to crash landing. But yeah, speed-wise, it's not terrible. I'm going 160 SCM right now, but I'm also getting much higher in altitude than I was in the other ships at their test range. And yeah, so still not bad. Let's see what if I do a full turn here. I'm gonna put on slows it down, but I'm able to make that turn, unlike the Aurora MR at speed that wouldn't do anything at speed and atmosphere. Aurora MR, I'd say, is probably the most agile in space between, well, I don't know. Aurora, Mustang, and the Pisces are probably the three most agile in space. The Cutter is fantastic. It's big, it's boxy, though. So put that into account when you're out there trying to fight. If you are looking to fight, this probably isn't the #1 choice for fighting. But for the overall everything, this is my pick. I give this ship the 10 out of 10. If you were to count fighting and speed, maybe 8 out of 10 overall. But if I was to rank it, that would be Cutter, Pisces, Aurora, Mustang. That's my personal, and I put the Pisces ahead of the Aurora, even though the Aurora has the bed, but only because the Pisces is just super, super fast. It's a fantastic, speedy little starter ship, and it has a couple jump seats, and it's just overall a great ship. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know which starter ship you're going to get if you plan on joining us all here in the verse. We love having new people join, and we are all here to help. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the chat, comment on my video, do whatever you want. I will see you in the verse. Thanks for watching again, and have a good one.